Do you ever ask yourself, like, am I doing too much? So lately I've felt like there were times where we were just doing too much in our homeschool. Like maybe I felt like we had too much curriculum, too many options. Some of the things that I felt like were contributing to that was like when we weren't able to finish something, we had to stop that day. We had to move on past it when we were like in a really good groove, but maybe we had time constraints, other things that would come up. And so it had me thinking, maybe I'm trying to fit too much into our time frame. And that can happen. Let me know down in the comments, what are some things that you feel like make you feel like you possibly doing too much within your homeschool as far as like curriculum and activities? One of the things that I had to think about is, do I need to cut back to the bare minimum? I decided that there were a few things that I needed to do in my mind and in our home to change that feeling of maybe we're doing too much. The first thing that I had to do was stop feeling like everything had to be completed from start to finish. We get these curriculums and we're like, I need to finish this. I need to finish it by this specific date. It has to be done. Or there's a possibility that it won't get done. I mean, that's the thought process. Like, it has to be done. And why? Why do we feel like it has to be done? I don't know. But I had to release that from my mind to say, it's okay if we don't finish this. And I think with that added pressure, it made me feel like we had to do it every single day, all the time, and stick with it in order to get it complete. But you don't have to finish it start to finish. You can pick and choose what it is that you want out of that curriculum. If you want to focus on one specific area within it and work with that within the means, add in supplements, however you want to do it, you can. But don't feel like I was feeling and feel like you have to finish a curriculum from start to finish in a certain time frame, or you may feel like you are doing too much within your homeschool. Going with finishing start to finish, the next thing that I had to stop doing was looking at the curriculum schedule. A lot of curriculum that you get has a schedule. They will have schedules in the front of the book and say, you need to work on it for 45 minutes, 4 days a week, take your Fridays off, and you'll finish this curriculum in 30 weeks. Yes, that is helpful. Use that as a guide. Not the end all be all. It's not written in stone. You choose your schedule. If you are working on that specific curriculum and you want to work on it 2 days a week and the book says work on it 4, work on it 2 days a week. You work at your pace. That is what we are doing here. I decided that we are doing science on Mondays and Wednesdays and history on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That is our schedule, but that is not the schedule that those curriculum books are suggesting that we do. Now, do we spend a little bit more time on them those days? Yes. So we may spend 45 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But that is our schedule. It's what works for us. We are not at a point where we can do those curriculum every single day. It does not work for our schedule. We have other things going on and we have to find that balance. It's really all about balance. Another thing that I implemented within our schedule this year, and I will link the video down below, is creating 9-week electives. My girls want to do everything and I want them to do everything, but that is not realistic for our homeschool. So what I did was create 9-week electives. I let the girls choose what they were interested in. I gave them one that was more of like a hands-on elective and another one that was more of like a critical thinking type elective. And they have had the opportunity to rotate through 2 of those electives now. They are on their 3rd 9-week elective. It has given them an opportunity to experience those things. But we're not doing each and every one of those all year long. It's not possible. There is no way that we could do that. So to help us so that I didn't feel like I was doing too much within our homeschool, I split them up into 9-week intervals and the girls are getting to experience those things throughout the entire school year. And next year we will do the same thing. If they want to go back to one of those, they have the opportunity to do so. But in the summer, they can spend more time because our schooling in the summer is a little bit lighter. That has worked for us so that I do not feel like I'm doing too much in our homeschool because I really wasn't doing too much. The 4th thing that I had to do within our homeschool is I had to evaluate if what we were currently doing was still serving us or if it was a trend that I was following within our homeschool. Yes, we do follow trends. Speaking of, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be coming out with some things that we are no longer doing in our homeschool and things that we have never done in our homeschool that a lot of people do. So be sure to stick around for that. But we have to determine if what we're doing is suiting us, if it's still serving us the way that we need it to. Because sometimes we start things and because we are so committed this is for me. I am so committed to something. I will stick with it. Even though it's not serving a purpose in my life anymore, even though it's not working for us anymore, I'm going to make it work. No more. I'm not doing that anymore. So I have stopped that. And it has really been helpful to kind of weed out some things that were not serving us within our homeschool. They were not beneficial for us at that time. It doesn't mean that I won't ever go back to those things, but for right now, and making sure that we are spending adequate time on the things that we need and we love and not overdoing it and feeling like we're doing too much, I had to cut some of those things out. We do follow trends, unfortunately. We see these things here on YouTube and on Instagram and in all of these books, and we're like, I want to do it. I want to do it all. And we do. I'm guilty of that because I do want to do it all. I want to give my girls the best opportunity to experience any and everything that they can, but we can't do it all at one time because then you will be doing too much within your homeschool. Another thing that I had to make adjustments to within my mind for making sure that I was not doing too much was I had to be okay with seasonal changes and adjusting our focus as needed. And what I mean with seasonal changes, I'm not talking fall, winter, those type of seasonal changes. I am talking about the seasons where you are so busy that you have no idea what to do, or those seasons where you're relaxed and you need more to do. We have to be okay with adjusting to those seasonal changes. And when we have more things going on, maybe in our personal lives, we have to say, these are some of the things that I can sit down for right now, and I will come back to those because you will come back to them. And then there are times where you can pick more up and do more because you have less things going on. We have to be okay with that. I just did a video, and I'll link it down below, where I changed our focus for the second semester of 2023 for each one of my daughters. I am picking 1 or 2 things specifically for them for us to focus on for this second semester because that is what they are needing. That is an adjustment based off needs. That is a seasonal change, and it has been working really, really well for us. If you want to check out that video and more about what we have going on here at the Life of Tillmans, make sure you check out these videos.